veniunt, ibique lacrimabant et plangebant ubera. Ianque nomine sororem miseram quiebant, quod sono vocum per prona de lapso, amens et trepida psyche procurrit, psyche procurrit ed homo, et quid inquit vos miseras lamentationes nequiquam effunditis, ego quam lugetis adsum, lugubres voces desinite, iam potestis eam quam lugebatis amplecti. So, but those sisters, per contata is the past participle of per contor, okay, having inquired the scopulo about the rocks, the cliff in which Psyche had been abandoned, or had disappeared. Okay, the zero can also have this intransitive value. Arrived there quickly, and there they were crying and beating their breasts, and already they were summoning Quiebant by name, the wretched sister. When or until when, okay, sono de lapso is an ablative absolute, okay, with the sound of the voices having slipped down per prona, downwards, or through the slopes, okay, Psyche, amens, okay, without mind, literally, so distraught and trembling, ran out of the house, ex plus ablative, ran out of the house and said, why are you spreading, why do you spread in vain wretched lamentations? I am here, the one whom you cry. Okay, so the one whom you mourn, am here, am present. Okay, stop the mourning voices. Already or now you can embrace, this is the infinitive of amplector, deponent verb. Now you can embrace her whom you were mourning. Okay? Tunc vocatum Zephyrum admonet ut praecepta mariti efficiat. Nec mora, ille clementissimis flatibus deportat illas, iam Psychen amplectuntur, sed illa, et tectum inquit et larem nostrum laeta entrate, et miseras animas cum Psyche vestra recreate. Sic allocuta, summa sopes domus aure, vocunque servientium familiam demonstrat auribus earum, lauacroque da pibusque opimis eas reficit. So then she admonishes, literally, okay, the concept is she tells Zephyr to do what the husband wanted. So she admonishes Zephyrus having been called. So after calling Zephyrus, she warns him to accomplish, so that he accomplishes the orders of her husband. Okay? Admoneo, to warn you or urge you to do something. It's admonere ut plus a subjunctive. Okay? So she urges Zephyrus, having been called, to accomplish the orders of her husband. And here you have understood the verb to be. There is no delay. Okay, nec mora, and nec est mora, and there is no delay. He brings down those women with very gentle breezes. And they already are embracing Psyche. But she said, come into the house, remember literally roof, the part for the hall, okay, come into the roof, so come into the house and into our house. I mean, Lares is the fireplace, okay, so to the roof and the come into our roof and fireplace, literally. So come into the house happy, you happy, okay, this is nominative plural, and refresh your wretched souls with your psyche. Having spoken in this way, okay, allocuta is a feminine nominative participle of alloquor, ad loquor. So, having spoken thus, she shows, demonstrat, the greatest riches of the golden house and the family of the voices who were serving, so who were her servants, to the ears of them. And so she shows to the ears of them, of course, they can only hear, okay, so she cannot actually shows them, point them out, okay, so she shows to the ears of them the family of the voices who were serving. And she restores them with a bath and rich dinners. Okay, so lavoacro and dapibus opimis are the ablative of means. Denique altera earum curiose per contari non desinit, quis illarum rerum sit dominus, quisue vel qualis sit psius maritus. Nec tamen psyche mariti illud preceptum obliviscitur, sed fingit maritum esse iuve nemquendam et speciosum, plerunque rurestribus et montanis venationibus occupatum, et ne consilium tacitum proderet, auro gemmisque oneratas vocato Zefiro eas tradidit ut reportaret. Finally, one of them does not stop to ask curiously who is the master or the owner of those things, and who or how is her husband, okay? So she doesn't stop to ask who, quis sit, this is the indirect question, okay? And quis, qualis sit, and who and how, I mean, what aspect is, okay? These are all indirect questions depending on the infinitive per contare, to ask. So finally, one of them, remember altera is one of the two, so these are the two other sisters, one of them does not stop to ask curiously who is the owner of those things, or who and who or how is her husband. Nevertheless, Psyche does not forget that order of the husband, but pretends, and now you have an infinitive and indirect statement, she pretends that the husband is a certain, also beautiful, mostly, plerunque, occupied with rurestris et montanis venationibus, with hunting in the fields and on the mountains. Okay? I think these are ablatives of limitations because occupied, as far as it defines in what it is occupied. Okay, so occupied in the hunting on the fields and on mountains rather than on something else. And in order not to betray, this is lest she betrays. Okay, this is a negative purpose. In order not to betray the silent plan, she hands over, actually, to Zephyrus having been called, so she calls Zephyrus and hands over to him, them, oneratas means who have been burdened, but in a positive way in this case, burdened by gold and precious stones, so that he would bring them back. He would bring them back. So he handed over to Zephyrus as having been called them to bring them back. Okay, so that he would bring them back. And them are defined as having been sorry, English escapes me. Having been given the burden, okay, of gold and precious gems. Okay? So, when you are done, write me a message explaining what kind of mistakes did you make and whether you have understood the construction now. And then start translating chapter 5 for Monday. Have a great weekend and see you next week.